Alright, so we got number 5 on the list. So my first theory for season 5 will be, I think that Tori is going to meet up with Kreese in prison. Now, if you don't know, by the end of season 4 of Cobra Kai, Terry Silver basically like sent John Kreese to jail. He basically Stingray told the people of the hospital that John Kreese was the one that beat him up, but it was Terry Silver that beat him up in the Cobra Kai dojo. So now Kreese is in jail. I think that Tori is going to go see him, and here's why. Throughout the series, there have been many interactions with Tori and Kreese. The main striking point was in season 3 when John Kreese went to go see Tori at her apartment, and we got to see like her mom is ill in the bed, and she has a younger brother, whatnot, and she's basically having to pay for all the rent and all that stuff, and she has this perverted like what do you call it, landlord. And so Kreese goes over to see her if she's going to pay her dues for Cobra Kai, and she tells him like, I don't have the money for Cobra Kai right now, and he's like, you know what, let me take care of you, and I got you with Cobra Kai. And he actually took care of her perverted landlord. Like, he didn't mess with her anymore as far as we know. So yeah, and then in season 4 there were many interactions. One of the big interactions was in the All Valley tournament. John Kreese said to her in her fight, I think he was trying to correct the mistake he made way back when in the All Valley with Daniel in the first Karate Kid. I think he was trying to correct that mistake. So I think the creators of the show were hinting at a redemption arc for Kreese, which is, it seems possible, right? It seems possible that there may be a redemption arc for Kreese. So yeah, I really think that she's going to go see Kreese in prison because, again, another reason, we saw that Terry Silver basically paid off the ref, so there was basically corrupt. It was a corrupted tournament, and in the trailer we see Tori looking at the trophy, she's questioning it. Do I really deserve this trophy? So I really do think that she's going to go see him. Number 4, we have Anthony will join Miyagi-Do. We've seen throughout the show, Daniel has said you should join Miyagi-Do, you should join Miyagi-Do, you should join Miyagi-Do. Anthony's like, no, I don't want to join. But season 4, we got something a little different because we kind of found out a reason as to why Anthony didn't really want to join Miyagi-Do's, because he didn't really understand the whole Miyagi-Do history and all the stuff that comes with Miyagi-Do. So I think that I really think that he's going to join, and I think something else is going to happen to him. I think his old friends that he was with at the time when he was bullying Kenny, I think they turned on him and he's going to get beat up. I really do think Anthony's going to get beat up by his old friends. So I think that's going to be another driving force for him to join Miyagi-Do, and he's going to fight along his sister, so it's going to be dope to see that if it happens. Number 3, Amanda LaRusso will be the driving force for Tori and Sam's, for them to make amends. And what I mean by that is, throughout season 4, we've seen Amanda LaRusso, really step up to Tori. You remember seeing she went to Tori's job and kind of got her fired, and we've seen other scenes where she's interacted with Tori. She invited Tori over to the LaRusso mansion, and Sam was there, and she was pissed off because why are you inviting the girl that was literally trying to kill me 2 times in here? So And I really do think that Sam this season is going to really have a battle, like a constant battle with herself. She's going to feel like, should I forgive Tori? Should I not? Should I have done this differently? Should I have not done that differently? I think she's going to go through something. It's like all of the choices that she made, good or bad, are going to really show, and it's really going to change her. Hopefully, Amanda LaRusso can be the one to help. And I'm not saying like she's gonna be there, but I'm saying that she's going to, I'd say mentally in a way, help spark the amendment with Tori and Sam, or Sam and Tori. So hopefully, yeah, that happens. Number 2, Chosen and Terry Silver will fight. I mean, that's kind of obvious. I mean, a lot of these you probably hear, they're pretty obvious on the list. But I think they're going to fight by the end of the season. But I think Chosen is going to lose. And let me tell you why. If you notice something about Daniel, and I noticed this in the season 5 teaser trailer, when Chosen says that line, I am gasoline, I looked at the look on Daniel LaRusso's face, and he's kind of has that look. You know how you have, you know how you had somebody that maybe you got into a fight with, and they have that friend that's kind of like taking up for them, and they're kind of like in the back, like, yeah, you're not gonna do nothing. My friend's here now. That kind of look is what I noticed Daniel had on his face. So I ultimately think that Daniel LaRusso is going to be the one to defeat Terry Silver. It makes sense. All the way back to Karate Kid 3, I feel like Daniel LaRusso in some way, he was astonished by Terry Silver, but in another way I feel like he feared Terry Silver. And I really do think, even now, he fears Terry Silver, because like Terry Silver was generally, like, legitimately trying to apologize to Daniel. Daniel was like, oh, get off my property, I don't believe you. Because again, that's the fear. And how could you not agree with him? Because like, after all the events in Karate Kid 3, you can kind of feel that, but that was years ago. You know, you gotta let that go, and I think that's one of Daniel's problems. I feel like he can't let stuff go. Like, he talks about like Mr. Miyagi and his teachings, but he's not really going off of Mr. Miyagi's teachings like he's really preaching about. And so hopefully that mindset will change. And like I said, I ultimately think Daniel LaRusso is going to be the one to take Terry Silver down in a fight. Not Chosen, him. There's so much evidence that proves why. Again, if you know Karate Kid, if you know Cobra Kai, you know the lore, you know the story, you know what happens. So that's my prediction for number 2, my theory. Number 1, this is probably the most obvious one. Miguel and Robbie, or Robbie and Miguel, will make amends. I think, how many times have we seen these guys fight and fuss and you know, all this? How many times have we seen that every season? I think after a while it gets very tiresome, and I think I'm at the point where I'm tired of seeing these guys fight. Like, they need to like go somewhere and really talk it out and communicate what's going on. And I think it's about that time now, with the Miguel going to Mexico, going to go see his father. I think Robbie could understand that, and I think Miguel could understand why Robbie feels the way he feels about him kind of feeling like he took away his own father. Because I understand both of them. Like, I like both of their characters. Really, all of the characters. Well, there's a few that I don't like. But both Miguel and Robbie, they're not bad kids. They're not bad kids. It's just like, you gotta understand where Miguel's coming from, and you gotta understand where Robbie's coming from. Because at the first beginning, I didn't like Robbie. But now going back into the show and really understanding why he is the way he is, why he feels the way he feels, I see differently. Like, I really see differently why he does what he does. And I think that's the amazing thing about the show. It's not black and white. There's so many different sides that you could look at certain situations, as how certain people react, and see like, okay, I see why this person did what they did. I see why that person did what they did. Now, what can we do to make amends and make it better? And that's what I want to see with Robbie and Miguel. I know we saw in the trailer them fighting, but to be honest with you, that fight's going to end in a stalemate. I think they're both going to stop fighting each other, and I think they're really going to talk it out and say, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to fight you anymore. We shouldn't be fighting each other anymore. There's a bigger threat, and that's Terry Silver. And we need to come together to stop Terry Silver, because what he's doing is not good. So I really do think that that is initially what's going to happen. I can't wait. It comes out September 9th, right? September 9th? Or September 9th. I'm super excited. It's my birth month, by the way. So that's like a nice little birthday present right there. Like I said, big fan of Cobra Kai. Been a fan since the show came out. Been a fan of the Karate Kid since I was 5 years old and turned on ABC Family because I was like, what is the Karate Kid? And I got to see, the first and the second and the third. Personally, for me, my favorite Karate Kid movie is number 2. I love Karate Kid 2. It's just something about movies that the characters go to a different environment and see how different things are. I don't know, it's just something about that. And then there's like a whole character development thing that happens. You kind of see like a pattern with the kind of movies I like, but it's just something about movies like that where the characters are just, they're in a different environment, so they have to learn how things are different and how people interact and go about certain things, I think that's such an amazing thing. Not to put down the other Karate Kid movies. Of course, I love the other Karate Kid movies for different reasons. But number 2 will always be my favorite. And Cobra Kai, my favorite season of Cobra Kai, I would say, that first season hits. Don't get me wrong, all the other seasons, they're good. But that first season, and I'd say even season 4... I'd say even season 4 was hitting for me. So I'd say season 4 and season 1 are my 2 favorite seasons. And I'd say a little bit of season 3 too, like the stuff with Miguel coming back and being able to walk again and that kind of stuff, like that was really cool. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below. I know these are probably obvious theories that you've probably heard at other channels or other people talk about, and that's okay, I'm acceptive of that, but I'm really happy that this show is still continuing on and there's new fans coming into the fandom. It's just great, Karate Kid is one of those classics that you'll always remember, like the crane kick, Johnny Lawrence, Daniel LaRusso, all of these characters that we've probably seen people grow up with and probably seen on TV or maybe was at a friend's house and watched the movies. It's great. And yeah, so let me know down in the comments below, what's your favorite Karate Kid movie? What's your favorite season of Cobra Kai? What are your predictions for Cobra Kai season 4? And that's it. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. It really does help out the channel. Now, without that, big love to you all. Peace out.